Hi LA Weekly Asia, this is Karen Fukuhara. I play Kimiko on The Boys on Prime Video. She is a feral creature that blossoms into a young woman over the years. We're coming out with our season 4 on June 13th. You'll see her kicking some ass, also being a little emotional, squishy ball of joy. A little bit of both. I think the hardest part is humanizing such a violent character. The original comic books, they didn't really have a backstory that explained her violent nature. In the beginning, I thought she was a sociopath. And then I went into my first meeting with our showrunner, Kripke, and he was like, no, that's not true at all. She's a normal girl that has a lot of trauma. We do not need to play her as a sociopath. Let's just say in a different world, if she was put into the right environment, she would be living life, drinking boba, listening to, good music, normal girl, falling in love, all of the things. It just so happens that in the world of the boys, her life turns upside down and she has to face these obstacles that would turn anyone crazy, really, in my opinion. I read the entire comic book series. That helped a lot with imagining how the character should move, how she should walk, the hair in front of the face. Again, she's so violent in the comics. I didn't really want that to go away. I wanted to do the original fans justice. I love it when you're a fan of a show or a fan of the source material, and when it comes to life, it's exactly how you imagined it. And in terms of outside work, I watched a lot of YouTube videos, especially in the beginning, of animals, lions, tigers. I went to a dog shelter to see how a caged animal behaves. Lots of animal work and physicality. And then in terms of the stunt work, we want Kimiko to move like the little girl from Wolverine, wolf-like movements, lots of bear crawls on the ground. Those were some of my top inspirations starting out. Oh my goodness, yes. Whenever I'm not on set, I'm usually in stunt training or in sign language training. I just feel better knowing the dialogue through and through so that, on the day, if anything changes, I can quickly shift and it won't throw me off. It's a lot of practice and repetition. It's funny because our language, it's word for word made up by our lovely sign language coach, Amanda, and she creates this beautiful language. And I tried to learn ASL, American Sign Language with her, but it just got a little too confusing trying to learn both at the same time. I finally was able to throw in some improv lines, which I was never really able to do because, again, it's not like I'm just throwing my hands in the air and doing gibberish. It means a lot more when you put the feeling and the meaning into every single signing movement that you do. I don't think there's very many moments where I can throw in a line or two. It's always just one line or one word. I'm not sure. I also have a really hard time remembering what was written and what I wrote. It's usually all the writers. What I love about our writers' room is that there are many different people from many different cultures and backgrounds in the room, and I think that makes a difference. It just makes all the characters more grounded and based on reality rather than the idea of, what we are. And I think a lot of times we see that, right? Oh, she's a kung fu master. It's a trope that we could have easily fallen into, but because we have such a diverse writer's room, we staying on top of it, and I love that. I appreciate that because it's a conscious effort from Kripke and the studio side. There is so much tea to spill. Which one? Well, you're gonna see Huey and Ashley in a really weird, kinky dungeon together. He somehow ends up there. You're gonna see a character pleasure himself over and over again, and that scene I can never unsee ever again. I really love Huey's storyline with his mom. I think that's already been announced that his mom is going to be in season 4, and I loved that whole arc. Simon Pegg, his dad, also phenomenal actor. He has really, really gut-wrenching moments this season. So yeah, there's the tea. Getting started is sometimes the hardest part, especially at a later age. You know, there's a lot of societal pressure and also pressure that we put on ourselves about how successful you need to be at a certain age in whatever field you're in. So I think having the courage to start something, whether that is in acting or any other passions that you have. I should take my own advice with guitar and golf, but I've tried to start many times, and it's a difficult hobby to have if you don't know what you're doing. But yeah, and having that sort of support network, surrounding yourself with people that want that for you is the key to being able to really go for it. Oh my gosh, yes, of course, I love eating. My favorite restaurant that I tell everyone about is Bevel in downtown LA. It's Mediterranean. Their shrimp is so good that you want to eat it with the shell. Simple things there like hummus and pita is just amazing as well. Masakazu is great for sushi, I believe on Westwood or around Westwood, and they have maybe like 6 to 8 seats at the bar, one sushi chef, and they're amazing.
Congratulations on The Boys Season 4.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm excited for people to see it.
This country is corrupt, so we gotta save it.
You'll no longer be beloved celebrities. You will be wrathful gods. Show me a little wrath.